So in this video, we have what MAGA is doing to black colleges is plain evil. And this is by O'Shea Drew Jackson. Now, he starts off talking about the incident of the two guys who went to the HBCU and caught themselves debating, and then reveals another aspect of what they are trying to do that is actually kind of crazy. And I want to talk about a strategy that really is coming to mind. And the real reason I think they're doing these so-called debates. But let's get right into the video.
At the end of September, a guy by the name of Cam Higbee and his crew called Fearless Debates ended up on the campus of Tennessee State University. Now, they were there unannounced. Now, many people didn't care about that because it was a scene, it was a fiasco, and they kind of got ran up out of there. But what most blacks who saw it, at least on the right, were out here kissing saying this.
A lot of people might be afraid to say this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it for you. The way those Tennessee State University students, those black students, ran off those two white conservatives in MAGA hats who set up a table and were there to ask questions is honestly the prime example of why many individuals who are not in our community do not want to associate with many of us anymore in the future. And honestly, with justifiable reason, given the comportment of those individuals in that video.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I hate to call her brother a sellout, but this is exactly what this guy is. He's a kisser for the white right.
Ain't no doubt about it. Ain't no fucking doubt about it. And I want to say this because I don't want to forget this point. These so-called debates that they're setting up, this isn't about free speech and having a discussion or any of that. What this really is about a couple things here. The first thing is visibility, rage bait. So they want to bring in like-minded people, okay? And in order to do that, they need to get their message. They need to get eyeballs and ears on their message. So they go to these campuses and they set up like they're really interested in having a real discussion to solve some real issues. But that's not what it's about. It's about propagating an ideology, all right? And we already know what the ideology is. And so they go set up. And again, it's not with the intention of genuine discussion to solve problems. They want to rage bait. They want to say crazy things that's going to cause things to go viral. So the message gets out there to others who are like-minded and they can come together. Okay. They're just dog whistling. They're going out there and they're building up their movement this way. And I got another video I'm going to be reacting to about they got Vivek in it. And we're going to go more into this whole idea right here. This is why we can't give them the opportunity to have these discussions. We shouldn't even entertain these discussions any longer. These discussions are only so they could go viral and try to get their message out there to bring in more like-minded people who share the same racist ideologies. And the sad, crazy part about it is that a lot of black people like this knucklehead right here is falling for this bullshit and being used as tools and pawns in a plot and plan that's totally against them. Totally against them. Call them useful idiots, man.
Everybody knows that these guys showed up unannounced. You cannot come to a school unannounced and just do a pop-up shop and start having debates. But now they are not sending whites anymore. Whites understand it's a hostile environment. So what is the Turning Point USA's new plan here?
If you have a child in an HBCU, listen to me and listen to me good. The black MAGA Trumpers are trying to visit HBCU campuses, stir up strife, cause problems, and go viral and get clicks. Tell your children.
See, and this is what he's saying in the video where he says what MAGA is doing to black colleges is plain evil. So they get these useful idiots, these other blacks, and they know they can't go in there because they we're on to them, right? We've been on to you. And they think that they can send these people who are dressed in black skin, dressed in it, to bring forth this same message, which is only going to be worse. It's only going to be worse for them. And it does a few things, right? Because it also helps them continue to build this image that this denigrating image on the black community, because look, we got these black people and they don't even agree with y'all. We got these black people pointing out these issues. See, and here's another reason why you know that they're not really interested in having a real discussion to solve real issues, because it's always one-sided. And one thing I've noticed, man, since I've been paying attention, most of their so-called facts are not even facts if you fact check it, or they're only showing one side of the data while neglecting to talk about the other side of it or the rest of it. There's never a full picture. There's never like the whole perspective of it. They just drill down on this one thing. And this is crazy that you got these fucking Uncle Tom ass black people who fall for this and are willing to go forth and bring this insidious message to their own people. But the playbook is the same, man. It's the same as it was back in the day.
Do not engage, do not engage, do not engage. Ignore them.
Right.
Go to class
Right.
and walk away in the other direction. And they're also trying to go to HBCU.
No, what she said right there is what should be happening. Ignore these fools, man. Don't have these discussions with them. Don't talk to them. There's no need to debate them. Initially, when this first started, people really, might have thought this was all about having a discussion. We're way past that now, and we know what's really going on. Because y'all built a whole movement off of this. And again, this is the Trojan horse, right? You take this thing and you make it look nice, but inside it is full of death and destruction. And so they take this nice little innocuous looking thing called the debate and the discussion, when really the message behind it is insidious. And they packaged it up. Now, okay, we on to you, the white folks who's doing it. But let's see if we can get some of these black people to go in there and, the Officer Tatums of the world and the Hans twins of the world and all these other people. Maybe they can get the message out there, and we'll use those clips to go viral. We'll continue to destroy the black image. We'll continue to make it seem like the whole black community is falling apart, is destructive. People to be feared.
Campuses during the homecoming weekend, where they know there will be people and they will go viral. Take a look. The Blexit student movement is headed to an HBCU near you, featuring Craig Long, Savannah Craven, Stephen Davis, Topher, and Anthony Watson. Avoid these people. Ignore them. Do not engage. Do not debate. Don't boo them. Don't acknowledge. Get campus security, campus authorities, and proceed to class. They are only there to go viral. They've already visited a few HBCUs, and they're headed to Jackson State, Tennessee State, FAMU, North Carolina Central, Howard, Hampton, Bowie State, and Lincoln during homecoming, where they know there'll be a big audience and they can go viral. So again, if you have a child at any of those HBCUs, let them know the black MAGA Trumpers, known as Blexit, are on their way to their campuses.
Hey, this is one of those things where even if you know you're smarter than them and you can debunk their arguments, don't even give them the satisfaction. Because at this point, we know what they're up to, right? Don't even give them the satisfaction. Let them sit there and look like damn fools, like the damn fools that they are. Let them talk to their damn self. I mean, you'll probably still have people that will engage, but man, if y'all really want to put it into this nonsense, ignore these fools, just like she's saying, man.
Do not engage, do not engage, do not engage. Do not engage.
So this sister is concerned because they're not sending whites anymore. They're sending blacks. And this is what the left does. It's what the right does. They can't come directly to you. And so when they realize that, they will send paid agents to infiltrate your community that look like you.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're going to send these quote unquote black conservatives into these HBCUs. Some of these dates will be on homecoming. Now, this time, what we see here is they've gotten the permission from the schools, which is 100% better. But it's still something that's down bad.
These black conservatives, aka Black MAGA. Now, for those of you that don't know what Blexit is an organization founded by Candace Owens and former Tucson, Arizona police officer Brandon Tatum, currently powered by Turning Point. Y'all know who founded that. They're taking a tour called Educate to Liberate to several prominent HBCU campuses throughout the month of October, according to their website. And the mission of the tour is bringing conservative values to life fostering critical thinking and sparking.
See, but here's the thing. The assumption there is that there's a few assumptions. Number one is that just because you're a Democrat or on the liberal side that you don't have some conservative values, that's a false assumption. The other assumption is that you need to be liberated from something. What the fuck? Bringing conservative values to and fostering critical thinking. So you're assuming, one, that I have no conservative values, right? That none of my values, everything's just open in the area, just whatever, right? Then you also assuming that I can't think critically. You're the only, see, this is the arrogance of this whole shit. You niggas can't think critically. You can't think for yourself. You have no conservative values. You're running out here wild. Like, this side is the better side. Like, everything. And look, I'm coming from somebody who's in the middle. I criticize both sides. I don't care. They all lying. They all full of shit, right? But yeah, man. No, truth is truth, man. And this ain't about truth. This ain't about having a conversation. Honestly, they coming from a point of they think they're better than you already. They think you're not as smart as them. You're not as much of a critical thinker as them, that you're just wild and unhinged. And we gotta tame you savages. We gotta tame you savages. Now, where did that message come from? Sounds familiar, don't it? You gotta tame the savages.
Powerful conversations on HBCU campuses. But here's the deal. They never partner with any of the Black organizations on campus. I wonder why that is.
Right, exactly.
And I know firsthand on TikTok, Craig Long, and he used to be Topher Town Music, they're literal cowards and do not debate in good faith. Savannah, that's the one that got popped in the face in New York when she's planning that girl face. Oh yeah, no charges were filed, by the way. They were all dropped and shorty good. These two, brand new characters. Oh.
Now, this brother is arguing something that's very important, that, some of these people are like, they're not there for the arguments or the debates. They're there to cause trouble. And so his main point is this.
These individuals are going to try and rage bait you all for views. And then they're going to run and do the same thing that Cam Higbee and the other guy that went on Tennessee State University,
right,
who tried to pull up on veterans in D.C.
They are there in bad faith. And I agree with everything. Again, I'm a person, and you guys know, I'm a registered Republican. I don't care. All right. I was a Democrat until about 2012. And then, as I got older, I kind of got away from some of the left-leaning ideologies, but I am Black first, right? I'm a person.
Yeah, I don't think it's as much about being a Republican or Democrat as it is about some of the ideologies that are on either side, right? And so when you're on the side, when you say you're Republican, but you're more on this conservative, racist view or ideology that's on that side, I wouldn't think that every Republican is a racist. That's just fucking stupid. Nor would I think that every Democrat is not racist, or there are no racists that are Democrats. That would be stupid too, right? But the fact of the matter is this is part of an agenda, and it's built on lies. It's built on racist ideology. That's just a fact. It's just a fact, man. And they're not having, just like he said, they're not having good faith arguments.
That puts the Black community above all political parties. And let me tell you what I don't respect. The fact that Turning Point USA has hired Black conservatives, or you guys are paying Black people to come speak on the behalf for, educating the Black community when the Black community don't own these organizations. Number one, that's like saying, could somebody from the Black community pay for an organization and send them into white colleges and think it will work?
Nope,
or
not
to
at all.
Israel and think it'll work?
Nope.
Or to the Asian community and think it will work? Like, you can't be a Black conservative when you don't own your stuff. And again, I'm sorry, I have to say this. I have a problem with Black conservative influencers who are in interracial relationships trying to teach the Black community to get, pick up yourself from the bootstraps. I'm tired of that. The Officer Tatums. All right. You have this guy, Stephen Knight. All of these dudes are in non-Black relationships. Candace Owens. And they're typically paid by somebody else. It would be different if you're Black conservatives, your Republicans and the black Republicans are funding themselves and you're going to HBCUs. Now we can talk. Okay, fine. You know, the people in the black community, if they see you in there doing the work.
Well, you don't. And let me say this too, man, because part of what they're trying to say is that black culture is toxic. And again, they use these generalizations. Look, aspects of ghetto culture can be toxic, but ghetto can be any part of any race. The actions of some black people don't represent the culture of the many, right? And so they're trying to say that, oh, your culture is toxic. So whose culture should we be like following? Whose culture are you trying to get us to assimilate to? Right? Oh, or are you trying to say that this black conservative culture, this is the type of black culture? Well, what culture does that actually look similar to? Look, black culture is beautiful. We got our own traditions. We got all types of shit, right? We ain't got to go down the line of that right now. There's nothing wrong with black culture. This is what we need to like really, really fight against. This idea that black culture is toxic and all of that shit. If people want to act ghetto, they can be fucking ghetto, but that ain't the fucking majority of us. All right. Y'all want to grab these clips and make shit go viral. Do that shit with everybody else, because there's a whole lot more other people doing that. But now to act like y'all on this high horse where y'all want to come in and y'all want to tame the savages and shit. We don't need no fucking taming. We don't need no taming. What is it about what they think they have to offer that makes them better is the question. Because all that shit can be shot down too. All of it, their so-called stats and all these so-called arguments, that shit can be shot down too. But a lot of times they'll go and they have these so-called debates and these discussions with younger people who really, they ain't there yet. A lot of them smart, but they not there yet, right? Because a lot of these arguments also are not just based on intelligence and knowing stats. It's based on experience, life experience, and being able to recognize bullshit. So a lot of the students, they be having some comebacks and stuff like that, but they ain't there yet. You know what I mean? But this is who they be really going in to talk to. They don't really try that shit with people who on that next level. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine, but you'll never see these dudes at in the black community trying to tutor kids or supporting the United Negro College Fund. The black community, if they see you in there doing the work, that's fine, but you'll never see these dudes at in the black community trying to tutor kids or supporting the United Negro College Fund. You're not going to see them. Most of those dudes, I guarantee you, they don't live in black communities or whatever. They in relationships with non-black people, which the brother.
No, because they don't care about the black community. They're not going to support the United. I don't know. He bleeped out the Negro word, but the United Negro College Fund. They ain't going to support nothing black. They're not. They're not trying to go in and help out. That's the whole point. That's what I'm saying. So whose culture are you trying to get us to assimilate to, man? What are you trying? What's the better way? What's the better way? This is crazy.
It's saying it's arguing in bad faith. You're gonna tell black people, what do you have to lose? Well, everything, because you still don't own what you have. And that's the problem with the Republicans that I don't like. Okay. And this is why I have so much respect. And I'm gonna name the people who I love what they do. African Diaspora Network, Bill Scott. I don't really like Boyce like that, but I gotta shout out Boyce. Roland Martin, I don't really care for his political views. But what I love about Roland Martin, black ownership. I can respect that, okay? I can respect what brother Tariq Nasheed is doing. Out of all of them, he's probably the best. Why? Because he's grassroots all the way. No outside funding, no nothing. Straight Nation of Islam style. Out the trunk. Love it. Okay, I respect that. And those are the people who really get the black grassroots. All right. And then you're probably sitting these blacks there. Oh, okay, they look like you. And then some of these guys may or may not be African American or black American, which is even another slap in the face because they're not even in the community. Don't make no sense. And then you're going to tell them they need to come to the right because these democratic policies is hurting you. Well, how? I mean, I get what you're saying, but You want them to stop being dependent on the Democrats and be dependent on MAGA or being dependent on the Republicans. You still not.
See, what's crazy is they break down the black community first through things like whether it be welfare programs from back in the day, whether it be Hoover and all the shit that he did, breaking up all the movements, whether it be through experiments that they was doing, all that stuff, right? Drugs, crack epidemic, locking us up, break us down that way, right? And then after you think that we're vulnerable, you come in with an ideology attack, right? And you think that you can start to rebuild and train them or train us to think the way you want us to think, to have the world view that you want us to have. That's where they think that they think we at the point where we've been so assimilated and rocked so to sleep, and we're so scattered that now is the time to come in and reprogram us. And this is what and that's a big part of what these so-called debates have been doing, to reprogram us and to galvanize people who are like-minded like them, to rock us to sleep, right? Because what better way can you get people to not resist than to have them thinking that this shit is okay? Oh, no, this is good. This is the better side. This is kind of, I'm on the better side here. You niggas is crazy. All the while, that same side is working against your dumb ass.
Not telling them to own their own stuff. You're not telling them to get their own black organizations. You're paid by the whites. And we all know that Turning Point, at least at a certain point, was funded by the Jews. The blacks cannot accept this sort of infiltration from Democrats or Republicans that you're not paying for your damn self. You got to fund it. We got to fund it. Everything that we do, we got to be responsible for paying for it. If we don't pay for it, it ain't ours. Black Lives Matter, the same thing. So they'll tell these Republicans study us. The white right study us. Okay, let's get some blacks out there, pay y'all the money to go into y'all little neighborhoods, y'all schools, and do the work for us. Then what do you have to lose? You have everything to lose if you don't own what you have. Own what you have.
They want you docile, man. They want you docile. And they can't beat it out of you today, right? In this day and age, they can't beat it out of you. And so what's the best? Actually, the better way is to strip you down mentally and rebuild you up right here, right? That's the better way. Because then we can take that warrior spirit that's in you, that's innate, and we can use that for you to fight against your own people. Because now we got a soldier who's been inculcated with a very destructive and pernicious ideology. And instead of using violence now, we can just use them, send them in there. Those are sleeper soldiers, send them in there. They'll do the job. They'll get enough of them. We just need enough on our side.
If nobody is telling you that, if nobody is telling you, look, we want you to come to the right, we get it, but look, listen, you got to fund your own stuff though, okay? We can help you do some things, but you got to fund your own stuff. You got to organize yourself. The black conservatives, the black Republicans, they supposed to be doing the work that people see in the community. That's how people will respect it, but nobody can respect people coming into the HBCUs. And the whites are sitting there, and the Jewish people are sitting, or they're funding you or helping fund you. That you can't respect that. Can't respect it. You're not educating nobody. That ain't how the HBCU started. The HBCU started because they couldn't get in with the rest of the world. All right, they had to get it how they live. Ain't that how y'all say it in New Orleans? And get it how you live. Now you get people coming in there that don't own what they have. You're just an employee of Turning Point USA in Blexit. You're a paid actor. Nobody respects that. You have no skin in the game. You're not invested into no black businesses. You're not, you're not out there doing nothing. Come on now, stop playing. Then you might be there trying to cause problems, arguing in bad faith.
Paid actors is a really nice phrase. I like that. They are paid actors. And one thing I'll say about Candace Owens, when I first started hearing her, I was like, cool, she got, smart, man. She makes some good points and shit. And of course, the more I listen, the more I'm like, all right, this lady kind of crazy. And now when you look at it, man, look, I can't really listen to her because it's like she done took the same road as a lot of like conspiracy theorists that's taking it, like half the shit ain't been proven wrong. The other half is just like, bro, come on, man. Come on, got it. Really smart lady, really smart woman, man. But it's almost like the gig is up, right? The jig is up. And so she's kind of grifting at this point to me. Y'all might disagree, but I feel like she's just grifting at this point. And so anything that come out of her mouth, anything that come out of anybody else's mouth that work with her or that's working on her behalf, no. Because at this point, I think it's like they'll do whatever they can to get the views, right? To get their message out. And what is their message? Their message ain't for us. It ain't for black people. Their message ain't about that. It's not about that at all.
It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Like, it don't make no sense. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jack.
Yeah, man. So now they want to try to get, they want to try to use black people to bring in the messages, the anti-black messages to the black colleges. Y'all ran off the white guys, so it's like, all right, hold up, that didn't work. Okay. We got some. We know a few that'll go and do our dirty work. Let's go get them together. But I do like the lady's idea of not even engaging, even if you think you can debunk their bullshit, even if you think you can show that they're lying and they're full of crap like they are. Why give them the satisfaction? Because for them, it's a win-win because they still go viral and they still help to build this image, right? This image, man. And that's really what I'm seeing is this debate thing, this going to the college campus thing. This was started for a reason, and it's not as innocuous as they make it seem. And that reason was to dog whistle. It was to galvanize those who are of a like mind in one sense, and in the other sense, it was to try to put forth this, I guess you would say, ideology that would put black people to sleep, right? That will put and make black people try to shame them out of their blackness, so to speak. Like, your culture is so bad. It's so bad. But this is what we got for you. There's nothing wrong with black culture. There's nothing toxic about black culture. There's nothing different as far as what's wrong with some of the issues we faced in the black community than what other communities face in their own communities, even if they are really good at hiding it. All right? Just because you're good at hiding your bullshit don't make you better than the next person. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below, man. Hit that like button, hype the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all in the next one.